So we're gonna talk today about overpopulation, the causes, effects, and its possible solution by J.F. Orbigoso. First of all, what is overpopulation? Overpopulation or overabundance is a scenario where a species population becomes so large that it is deemed exceeding the carrying capacity and must be actively intervened. Overpopulation will become one of the main problems of our world since it will lead to further demand for limited resources such as fossil fuel and natural gas, food, and water supply. Also the space that we need to live on. Since we are humans, we have a survival instincts that will push us to survive. So if resources get scarce or become scarce, conflict will likely to happen. The causes of overpopulation are the decline in the death rate, more hands to overcome poverty, child labor, immigration, lack of family planning, and poor contraceptive use. If there's more people being born than died every year, it will cause overpopulation, since obviously it's not a balanced ratio of life and death. If the number of people being born and died is equal, then it will be stabilized the population. Poverty is also a great factor in increasing of population number, since most people who suffers from poverty don't have enough knowledge about family planning and sex education. Since if people have this kind of knowledge, they will become aware of the value of life, improve in decision making, especially in family planning, and what's the right number of child you want. Fewer kids in family means they will have a lesser problem in budgeting their money, so it means they will suffer less from poverty and they can provide the right education, right well-being of their child. Since bigger number of family members means higher mortality rate, high rate of consumption of daily needs. According to the UN or United Nations, the 48 poorest countries in the world are also likely to be the biggest contributors to population of these countries is likely to increase to 1.7 billion in 2050 from 850 million in 2010. Lack of knowledge and contraceptive use is also a great factor for overpopulation, since teenage pregnancy and youth who committing sexual intercourse is increasing. Teenage pregnancy is very risky since there are a higher risk for pregnancy-related high blood pressure or preeclampsia than compared to average age mothers. Preeclampsia can also harm the kidney or even be fatal for mother or to baby. Poor family planning and knowledge in contraceptive use will not just lead to overpopulation but also child labor, since most of its parents live in the slum or living in a depressive state of poverty. Child who suffers from child labor will lead them to become uneducated for those necessary things such as family planning, and they will just ended up like their parents and repeating the cycle again and again. If there is causes in overpopulation, there will be certain effects for it. The effects will be population there will be having a higher mortality rate, depletion of natural resources such as trees and natural gas, degradation of environment, massive conflict and wars, rise in unemployment, high cost of living, pandemic and epidemics, malnutrition, starvation, famine, water shortage, lower life expectancy, increase in intensive farming, and faster climate change. Conflicts and war will happen since humanity is lacking out of resources, and these wars will result to water shortage, malnutrition, starvation, famine, and extinction. Also, overpopulation can lead us of having epidemic and pandemic, since the waste in our environment is increasing day by day. So So it means pathogens that can infect people and kill people will mutate, or they will adapt the new environment they had. It's just like what is happening today, that the world suffers from COVID-19 pandemic or coronavirus pandemic. All affected mentioned means that overpopulation can lead humanity to its inevitable self-destruction. We can only stop fighting if we are now alone. We can stop or eradicate overpopulation, but we can minimize it or reduce it by using these solutions. These solutions are providing better education, awareness of family planning, giving knowledge of sex education, and sharing knowledge about social marketing. If people have better mindset for family planning, then it's pretty well can help us in minimizing overpopulation, since it can reduce poverty and also reduce the yearly birth rate. If people know in social marketing, then it will be also good, since they know to budget their money for making family and also provide well-being in the family. This means all of the solution mentioned is that it share awareness and people is implementing this kind of knowledge, then we can rule ourselves in overpopulation and save more time and resources for the future generation, so that they will not suffer from their ancestors. And that's for all for the overpopulation. And my name is Jennifer Bigoso from BSN College 1 Section 4. And see ya and goodbye and good afternoon.